This is the secret to manifestation. The universe doesn't give you what you want or need. The universe responds to your state of being and how you feel about that which you want or need. So we always think that, okay, if I really, really want something, or if I really, really need something, and if I'm doing a good enough job in life, I'm a good little girl and I'm following all the rules and I'm being a good person, then the universe will grant me my wish and deliver what it is that I need, because it knows that I need it. You know, it sees how desperate I am. It sees how struggling I am. It sees how much in pain I am. And the universe is going to come to my rescue and save me from my misery, because it just sees and it feels so bad for me and I'm such a good person that it's gonna give me what I need and what I want so desperately. And you sit in this energy thinking that this is how life is, and then you're not getting what you want. Your life is still the same. The universe isn't granting you. Yeah, sure, it can help you and save you from a really dire situation, but it's not because it suddenly felt mercy for you, you know, and it's like, all right, fine, I'm gonna throw him a bone. It's you on some level manifested that. Okay, so once you understand that the universe doesn't respond to like how hard your life is and like it just feels bad for you, it literally responds to vibration and frequency and energy, and the state that you embody is what it reflects back to you. Okay, so the universe is essentially a mirror. So we are all creators. We are all an individuation of God, the universe, source, the one life, okay, the one being, the one consciousness. That one energy is us individuated, multiplied into many little forms. So the creative power that the universe has to create the universe, which is what it did, is the same power that we have within ourselves to create our own little universe, okay? Because we are just a manifestation, an individuation of the one. All of us, everything, every single thing that you see is the one, is God. So we also have that power. And if you think of it this way, the universe started, it's like source, let's call it source energy, okay? Like the beginning of all. Of the all that is, okay? It was not a physical energy. It wasn't a physical thing. It was just energy in the beginning, right? It's just consciousness. And this consciousness was just a state of being. It was just love. It was just divinity. It was just purity. It was just pure consciousness. Nothing else, just pure consciousness. And by individuating, the way it individuated and created the universe is through thought and focus and intention, and saying, you know, kind of coming from being first and then materializing in the outer. So this is showing that like the universe's nature is to start to be first, and then it creates external, okay? So that's us too. We're not physical first, we are energy created into physical beings, okay? Through imagination, through thought, through belief, through knowing, through energy, through frequency, whatever word you want to use. It's a state of being though. And so it can't be that the physical is created first and then what we are is created. What we are is first, and from what we are, we create what we see. So when you look at your life and your outer reality, you start to notice that it's not what you want. And then you start to question and ask yourself, well, what have I been being? And you start to realize, holy shit, like, yeah, I want abundance, but I have been operating out of lack. I have been thinking that money is really hard to have. It's really hard. Life is really hard. You know, I hate my life, you know, and you start to realize the beliefs that you've had about yourself and your life and the energy from which you're showing up. And you're like, yeah, that pretty much pans out. Like that, my life is a reflection of that. On a surface level, on a conscious level, you desire a better life. You desire money. You desire, you know, love. You desire health, happiness. But on a deeper level, there's a part of you that doesn't actually live aligned with that, because you believe that that's not possible for you, or you're relying a lot essentially on your five senses to define your reality for you. So when you're like, well, I don't have money, so of course I don't feel abundant because I don't have money. but you're not realizing that it started in that thought. And it might not have been your personal thought. It could have been thoughts of your parents that were programmed into you. It could have been thoughts from society where everyone, fear mongering, just like everything you see on TV, it just creates this like separation mentality where you are separate from this and you are alone and life is hard. It just creates these beliefs, and you didn't choose them. They were programmed into you, but now you're playing out this programming that you're not even realizing, and this is what your outer reality is based on this programming. Okay, so the first step I would say to manifestation is to start to observe the thoughts that you're having about every single thing. Just become an observer. Okay, before you used to be lost in your thoughts. You used to just get lost in the story and believe it and live life, but you didn't even know that it was happening. Because this is what happened with me. Like, I didn't even know that I was thinking these types of thoughts until I said, holy shit, let me look at the types of thoughts that I'm thinking. And then I started to observe, and I'm like, oh my God, I have a lot of like these types of thoughts. I was never really truly conscious of it or like aware of it. So I started to notice all these different thoughts I have, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of areas in my life where I'm actually living very negatively. And I considered myself to be a very positive person, like whatever, but there were, things that I was thinking that were not beneficial for creating my dream life. So I would say start with just observing before starting to like change it, because first you have to become aware of like what is actually going on in this thing, and start to realize the beliefs that you have. And once you start to observe, you can start to change. You can start to think differently and focus on different thoughts. And I'll make a bunch of videos on this to share like my process and what you can do and all of that. But in this video, I just wanted to just kind of introduce this idea that the universe is not this external force that is rewarding you or punishing you based on, how much you pray or how good you do at work. It's about your state of being. It's about your energy. It's what you put out, you get back. I always used to think, and I think in a lot of ways I used to assume this victimhood mentality, but victim to the universe. I used to put so much power into the universe, and along my spiritual path, I think the truth got diluted from kind of like spiritual brainwashing as well, because I think there's a lot of people out there who don't actually know what's going on, like spiritually, what is true and what is not. Everyone's just sharing their own stuff. They're sharing what they heard on other platforms and social media and this and that. And so all these messages are getting complicated and confused, especially about manifestation. And so I started to have this narrative. I started to believe that the universe is in charge of my destiny, and that it's already been predetermined, everything in my life, and that the universe, when I don't get what I want, it's because the universe is protecting me from some sort of harm, and it's actually not good for me, and my soul, it's not my destiny, my soul doesn't want it. Or the universe is wanting me to learn a lesson first, and it wants me to experience like certain levels of pain just so that I can, then I can have what I want. What was another one? I used to think like the universe was overriding my desire because my desire was too superficial and too egotistical, and because that's not a soul-aligned desire, it was like protecting me from it because it would turn out in like a really bad way. I just put so much power into the universe, and not in the right kind of way. Universe doesn't work like that. Okay, you get to choose your own reality. The universe so if you look at this as like God is you, God individuated so that it can experience itself. Okay, that's why it created the physical universe. A lot of this is coming from the book Conversations with God. Okay, that's where all of this like was explained in this way to me, and I just got it. But this is also proven by science, quantum physics. Like, everything is connected to that one consciousness. Everything is that. And so the universe is here experiencing itself in the physical world because there's no other way to experience itself than if you are, in the world of opposites. Because if you don't have contrast, then you can't know that you're love and light if you're just love and light. That's all there is, so that's just is. But to know and experience yourself as love and light, you have to have hatred, you have to have darkness, you have to have the opposite of that. And all of that is an illusion. It was an illusion created to experience your divinity, and that is the purpose of life on earth. Okay, like we are here to experience our own inner God. And one of the best ways to experience your own inner God is to learn that you are a creator, to learn that you are a manifester, because that is, God just wants you to be here to experience yourself as yourself and to create whatever it is that you want, because there's just unconditional love. And one of the highest forms of showing love is to give you freedom. If you were controlled in any way, that cuts off the flow of love, it cuts off the flow of inspiration. If there was a limit to what you can have, then that would be the universe somehow controlling you and deciding your fate. But it said, no, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You are free, okay? And there's no good or bad. This goes so deep, like, so I'm not gonna like get lost in it. But universe gave you free will to create whatever reality you have, and it put a law into place that the way that you create your reality is by being it. And it's not like it did this just to play with you, like, oh, it's just gonna be hard. That's just life, because the universe started off as a being of light and love, and then it manifested. That's the process of creation. So if we apply, but we're already physical, right? So it's like kind of weird for us, because it's like we're already human, we're already in this physical body. So we think that physical happens first and then being happens. Like, once I have the money, then I can be happy. No, it's still the same law. It's still the same process. You have to be happy first, and then you have to be abundant first, and then you have the abundance manifest into your physical reality. That is creation. So if you just know this law, that comes first, it's the be, do, have, okay? You become first. You embody the energy of that which you want first. Whatever it is that you want and need, become that, okay? Be in the energy of that. And then you do, so you go forward in life, move forward in life, take inspired action that's coming from this new identity, right? So this is your new identity now. Then you take action from this new identity, which is going to create different results, and then you have what it is that you want. It's going to show up in your physical reality. So those are the 3 steps, okay? So anyway, I want to share that with you. I hope that you gain some value out of this. This is my reality, and this is how I've been manifesting some amazing things into my life. I've been on a manifestation journey for consciously manifesting, because we're always manifesting, right? Like, you're manifesting no matter what. That's like the thing, is like, whether you think negative thoughts or positive thoughts, you're still manifesting your reality. Or whether you think this is real or not, like, if you don't think this is real and your thoughts, you know, create your reality, and whatever thoughts you're thinking, that's the reality that you're experiencing. So no matter what, like, this is law. This is true, okay? Law of attraction, law of assumption, laws of physics, okay, even. But I look at it from a much more spiritual perspective, and this has transformed my life. I've been on a conscious manifestation journey for at least, 6-7 years. Just learning how to surrender. Surrendering has been one of the biggest keys to life, to creating the life that I want. And I'm just continuing to create more of the life that I want, you know, and starting to see things a lot differently and getting more in touch with my powers. And I just want to share everything that I have learned and gone through, and how I've manifested, and how I'm continuing to manifest, and new things that I'm learning, and all the things. So if you're interested in that, and if you'd like to follow me and learn more, get inspired, then I'd love to have you in my community, and I will see you in my next video.